Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. This is your boy FlyIsland Guy. Today we are back here in Summerside, PEI, and we're going to be heading over to Quebec again today. This time we're going to be heading to a small area called Riviere-Du-Loup. I believe that's how it's pronounced. I'm actually pretty familiar with it. I drive past this area anytime I'm doing a road trip. It's sort of right outside of New Brunswick. It's kind of one of the first parts of eastern Quebec. So I actually never knew that there was an airport there, but we're going to be flying there today. Let's bring up the weather right now. And I'm just going to do a refresh before I bring it across. Alright. 1 second here. So, here we are, windy.com. This is where we are right now. So, we're here in Summerside, right there. And we're going to be heading over roughly, I think it's around this area. Oh, there we go, Riviere-Du-Loup right here. So we're going to be heading over there. So let's check Riviere-Du-Loup and let's see what the weather is like over there. In fact, I'll actually do the airport itself. No meter information. This is probably a small airport. But just from what I'm seeing here, winds are out of the southwest at 16 knots. Sorry, 16 knots gusting to 26 knots. Looks like it's overcast conditions over there as well. So we're gonna have to kind of look out for that. What I normally do is just bring up rain and thunder, just to get an idea of the precipitation in the area. So far things are looking good. And I can imagine all of this here is going to miss Riviere-Du-Loup, so you don't have to worry about that on the flight. As far as the weather here in Summerside, let's see, CYSU. So, no meter information here either, okay. But it looks like winds are sort of coming out of the west-southwest at 8 knots, gusting to 15. Looks like we have similar kind of overcast conditions here as well, -4 degrees. But yeah, overall things are looking good. So we should be good to go as far as that's concerned. Do an updated weather report when we're on the way. Today we're just going to be taking up some cargo. We have about 1,500 pounds. In the back here, bunch of boxes. So we're gonna go ahead and get this flight started. I'm just gonna bring up Summerside's airport map here. Overall, we're pretty much ready to go. Engine's already started. We just get our flaps down, but that's about it really. We're departing runway 5 today, or runway 05. We're going to be doing a runway 05 arrival as well in Riviere-Du-Loup. Alright, so let's get going. Parking brakes released. We are moving nowhere for some reason. It's because my parking brakes weren't released. Alright, yeah, go ahead, just walk right in front of the aircraft, that's fine. Okay, so the snow is going to make this kind of difficult to see where we're going, to be honest. But We're just gonna go ahead and taxi as slowly as we can. I can barely see the taxiway, so I'm just kind of guessing right now. Flight time today is going to be about an hour and a half, and I was debating whether I should do this flight or not, because I'm trying to free up a little bit of my time nowadays, and I want to get into bed early as well. If I can get an early start to the day, get my work done, go to the gym, all that good stuff, you know how that goes. I'm going to be cruising at 12,000 feet, as given to us by the wonderful people at Simbrief. So I'm expecting once we get in the air, things should be pretty straightforward. And yeah, it's early morning here in Summerside, so I love me a good morning flight. Get to see the sunlight and the sunrise and all that good stuff. Guess the sunrise considered golden hour? I don't know. Okay, so here we are at runway 05. I don't know why this is X'd out, because literally this is the only runway you can use here. Alright. Yeah, it's like the wind is heading the wrong way. But I guess we're going to be taking off the tailwind today, folks. Alrighty, so I'm going to align the heading bug. So we're going to be heading straight. Looks like it's saying here rotate speeds at 60 knots, but I think I'm going to go a little faster. Got a lot of runway to deal with and got a fairly heavy load. Yeah, so I think that's about it. Landing lights and the strobes can come on now. And Peter heat come on as well. Actually, well, it's saying 13 degrees C, which I find hard to believe. Pretty sure it's not that. If it is, I'll be surprised. Okay, yeah, so that's way off. Alright, so I'm going to turn on the P2 heat anyway, just in case. We're going to go to high idle. And we're ready to go, folks. I'm going to set my rudder trim as well. And let's get out of here. Setting the power. All good here. Looking at 40 knots, 50, 60. I'm just going to pull back slightly to rotate.
Airborne time locked.
And there we go. Just going to trim a little bit. This is wave a hearty goodbye to Summerside. Some windmills over there as well, some wind turbines. Alright, we're just going to keep heading straight, and once we get out over the sea, I'm gonna engage autopilot, and we're gonna make that left turn. Right, actually we are out of the sea. Didn't even realize that. Okay, so autopilot, yaw damper on. Gauge flight level change mode, heading mode as well. And let's start that left turn. Right. So here's Summerside Airport off to the left. And I still wish I could have seen EI more when it was summertime. So it's a lot more beautiful, but this will make do. Alright. Let's drop our speed a little bit so we can get our climb rate up. Alright, things are looking a little stuttery right now for some reason. Not too sure why. It's all good though. This is Summerside Airport. As I said before when we flew here, I never knew that they even had an airport here. And kind of not one this size. This is actually a significant size airport. Can hold a decent sized aircraft because of the long runway. So I'm actually surprised that you don't really hear about it. If you don't know, EI has the main airport, Charlottetown, or Charlottetown International, I think that's what it is. Okay, the weather just adjusted. That's where those jolts before. And I hope those jolts stay to a minimum. Now the temperature's reading minus 17 degrees, which is a lot more correct than what I was reading before. Alright, so let's discuss a little bit about Riviere-Du-Loup. Because, as I said, this is an area that's I'm actually pretty familiar with. In fact, whenever I do road trips, I actually really enjoy driving past this area because you kind of get a very scenic view of I believe it's the St. Lawrence River. So the highway, look at just take a quick look at this map here. So the highway comes along. So this is Edmundston. We talked about this last time as well. So you're driving along the Transcanada highway, and then there's this kind of sharp left bend, and then you travel along beside the St. Lawrence River. And if you just keep going on this way, eventually you're going to come into Quebec City. If you go down a little further, you're going to come into Montreal. But I always look forward to this this part of the drive. So it takes about 5 hours to drive across New Brunswick. So you kind of reach here about hour 6 or so into your road trip. So we're heading over to Riviere-Du-Loup, and let's just talk about it. So Riviere-Du-Loup is a small city on the south shore of the St. Lawrence River in Quebec. The city is the seat for the Riviere-Du-Loup Regional County Municipality and the Judicial District of Kamouraska. It's one of the largest cities in Basel, Saint Laurent. The city was named after the nearby river, whose name means Wolf's River in French, and the name may have come from a native tribe that was known as Les Loups. Or from the many seals known in French as loup marine, loup marine or marin, which is sea wolves, once found at the river's mouth. So Riviere-Du-Loup was established in 1673 as the seigneurie of Sire Galobert de la Chesnay, and the community was incorporated as the village of Fraserville in honor of early Scottish settler Alexander Fraser. In 1850, and became a city in 1910. The city reverted to its original name, Riviere-Du-Loup, in 1919. So between 1850 and 1990, the city saw large increases in the Anglophone population. So if you're not familiar with those terms, Anglophone means English-speaking. French people are called Francophones. So most of them left the region by the 1950s, and 1% of the population still speaks English as its first language. In fall 1950, Riviere-Du-Loup was the site of a nuclear accident. Did not know that. The USAF B-50 was returning a nuclear bomb to the USA. The bomb was released due to engine troubles and then was destroyed in a non-nuclear detonation before it hit the ground. The explosion scattered nearly 100 pounds of uranium. So Riviere-Du-Loup is a traditional stopping point between Quebec City, the Maritimes, and the Gaspé Peninsula. The Transcanada Highway turns south here, as I showed you, transferring from Autoroute 20 to Autoroute 85 and continuing southwards to Edmundston, New Brunswick. There's a ferry that crosses the river to Saint-Simeon, or the North Shore. And the city is also served by the Riviere-Du-Loup Airport, which is where we're heading now. The town can also be reached by Via Rail on the train named the Ocean between Montreal and Halifax. So, quick facts. The Corsair city is a part of Quebec. The mayor right now is Mario Bastille. Population currently right now is, well, as of 2016, was 19,507. So it might have grown a bit since then. And yeah, the highways, so the A20 and the A85, etc., etc., etc. So that's about it as far as Riviere-Du-Loup is concerned. I've never actually stopped here in the city, but as I said, I am familiar with it. So We're about to hit our cruising altitude of 12,000 feet. I've already pulled back the RPMs a bit, but I'm just pulling back a little more. Here we go. So we've reached 12,000 feet, and we're settling off now. So our speed is going to pick up. Looks like we have a pretty strong headwind, unfortunately. So that's going to probably slow us down a little bit. Also just realized I am way off my flight plan because I forgot to switch to nav mode, which sucks. The last thing I need right now is to add more time to this trip. Okay, so gonna move this back this way. Luckily I'm not too far out. Alright, now that it's settled on the heading, you can go ahead and just hit nav mode. And it should stay in heading mode, I believe, until nav mode is active. Yeah. Cool. Alright folks, so this is about that time where I bid everyone adieu. And I'll be back once we're starting our descent into Riviere-Du-Loup. This is a really simple flight plan. We're actually just flying direct there. But I feel like our flight time is definitely going to be affected by that headwind. So I'm hoping that changes at some point, because it's actually slowing us down a lot. So right now we're doing 132 knots indicated, but we're only doing 107 knots ground speed. So we're moving fairly slow right now, so we're going to burn more gas and all that good stuff. Gas isn't going to be an issue, but the increased time will be. So just going to have to keep an eye on that. Anyways folks, I said I'll hit you up when I get back. And I'll talk to you all then. Peace. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've started our descent into Riviere-Du-Loup. This flight has taken way more time than I really wanted it to. Because of that very stiff headwind. I'll probably say we're maybe a good like 15-20 minutes behind schedule. We're almost going on to probably coming up on about hour 45, maybe close to 2 hours. I haven't really been tracking the time like that, but I know I was in the air about 7:30, 7:45ish. And yeah, it's now, I don't know, 10:15. we're still flying. So let's just take a little time to discuss the approach here. Now we are doing the RNAV GNSS runway 05 Zulu approach. There's a Zulu and there's a Yankee approach. Don't know what the big differences are. Yeah, but we're gonna do the Zulu approach regardless. Looks like this one has WASP there, although I don't really know what this is. I feel like I've discussed this on the channel before, but I'm not too sure what that is though. But we'll do the Zulu approach. We're descending to 2,000, and I was supposed to reach 2,000 by this waypoint here. I can't really read it. Bournemouth. So after that, we're just gonna make. Sorry. Yeah. After that, we're just gonna make that right turn, and we're just gonna descend towards the runway. So once again, I mean, nothing too crazy as far as the approach is concerned. Things are pretty simple. You should actually be able to see the airport now, I think. If you look out the window, should be kind of off to our 2 o'clock-ish. Not sure. Getting a little bit of icing on the windshield as well. That's because it just came through the clouds, but I'm not really too worried about it, so I might not turn on the anti-ice. Alright, so I'm gonna bring up the alright, sorry about that. Over here choking, man. The airport is really, really simple. Just take a look at the map. Not much going on here. 6,000 foot runway. Little apron over here to park. So we're gonna have to try and get slowed down before we land, just enough so that we could just kind of turn off here at Alpha. Once again, I want to thank everyone who has been rocking with the channel. Man, like it's we are making our way now towards 300 subs, and I honestly can't believe it. It's at one point I was like saying, man, like I can't wait until I can reach 100, and it felt like it took forever to reach 100. Now it seems like every few days we kind of get a boost of subscribers. You know, we have like 2 or 3 in a day. That's really kind of pushing us towards that goal. So thank you so much for the support, and yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I want to say one day I want people to, when they think of Flight Simulator, you'll think of FlyIsland guy. You know what I mean? I'm being silly, but definitely do appreciate it for sure. In the meantime, though, let's get this flight ended off. Still trying to see where the airport actually is, though. Should be out here somewhere. And it's now March. I'm really looking forward to the spring months when the snow starts to move away. So just the terrain will just look a lot better. Yeah. We are moving right now, doing 150. So I was struggling to get down to 2,000. Alright. We are making this right turn. And I believe we have to drop down to 1,800 feet now. But we're still really, really high. So, gonna get the flaps down. So we gotta get our descent rate down. Okay, I think I see the airport straight ahead. Yeah, I think this is the airport right here. It's kind of hard to differentiate it from the rest of the bland white scenery, but that's where it is, folks. Okay, so oxygen can come off. I'm gonna go max RPM. I believe our landing lights are already on, so that should be good to go. Looks like we got a pretty good tailwind as well now. It says we're doing 122 knots ground speed, 97 knots indicated airspeed. That's not too good. I actually noticed we had, remember we took off from Summerside, we also had a tailwind. So this isn't too surprising because in both cases we're departing the runway 05. Or in both cases we're using runway 05. So not surprising, but anyway, we have this precious cargo here that we just need to get down in one piece. And this trip will net us a cool about 10,000, 11,000 credits. So I'm excited about that. Alright, that's arm approach mode. And you know, it's pretty cool now, you guys, like how nervous I used to be flying this aircraft, and now like I'm extremely comfortable in it. Hashtag growth, you know what I mean? But still, I think out of all the aircraft that I'm flying right now, I find this one the most fun to fly. So as well, as I mentioned, I think this is the Transcanada highway coming along here. And yeah, I've always loved this beautiful view. So a lot of times when you kind of come around on the highway and you start heading south, when it's nice and sunny out, you get like a beautiful view of the St. Lawrence River. And I haven't been able to like stop and take a picture of it because I'm always like in the midst of driving when it comes up. But like it looks so amazing to see. So
Right. 20 and 11 knots.
We're established on the glide path. We are fully configured for landing, so I'm just gonna try and slow down as much as possible without stalling. Getting a little bit of bumps.
500.
A little bit of chop, but nothing too crazy. Alright, I'm gonna go autopilot off, the oil damper off. So, glide path always seems to take you into the ground, like short of the runway. Alright, coming in a little faster than I like. Smooth landing.
Landing time lock.
There we go. That's it. That's it right there. Alright. Just like to hold the reverse thrust just a little longer on these snowy runways. Okay. Turn around, bring the old flaps up. I see the marshals over there, just trying to figure out where to turn. Okay, here we go. Alright, we're good to go. Cool. Just want to stop here real quick and We're gonna bring down our engine to low idle. As usual, just the regular cleanup stuff, folks. Get the strobes off. Taxi lights can come on. Landing lights can come off. And what else? Bring the flaps up. Actually, the flaps already up, so that's good to go. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Riviere-Du-Loup here in Quebec. It's a little airport here, not much going on, not much to talk about. But nothing wrong with that though. It's all about exploring Canada, right? So we'll take the big with the small. All right. And here we go. Beautiful. Cargo is here safely. So go ahead and feather the engines and beacon off so we don't get penalized.
Engine on-time log. Flight is finished. It has been monitored by on-air.
Judging by that horrible noise that we've heard, it means we're officially into level 7, folks. Alright. Taxi lights off. Engine is stopping spinning. Not too sure what these weird lines are. Oh, that's odd. Cool. And get the avionics off as well. Let's get our fuel cutoff switches. Boom. Get these locks open. Yeah, welcome to the back of the plane. Oops. Alright. Let's get our cargo doors open as well. Cool, and that is it, folks. So, hope that you enjoyed the flight. And I enjoyed it. It's definitely another cool one for me to come somewhere where that I've driven by so many times, but did not know there was an airport here. So this is pretty awesome. I'll be back with a new video at some point. So I'm just gonna keep saying this on all of my videos. I'm gonna be out of town for a good while, so I'm gonna be kind of slow releasing all of my videos. So next video will probably come out in about a week or so. So make sure to check back, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe here if you see fit. Outside of that, this is your boy FlyIsland guy saying stay safe, and most importantly, stay fly. I'm out. Peace.